What's up, guys? Well, I'm gonna do a bit of a halftime report here for you. Um, the Hamza Sheeraz Adamas fight just ended. Now, um, I didn't do a scorecard. Fact of the matter is, I took a bit of a bathroom break in the first half of the fight. I think I saw the first two rounds, and then I went to the bathroom. I missed probably about 3 rounds or so. All right, but from what I saw, Adamas was like the better fighter than me. I have no problem with the draw as long as Adamas didn't lose his title. I felt that if Hamza would have gotten a decision, he didn't really beat the champ to take his title. That's not how I saw the fight. Adamas was like the better fighter to me. I thought he was the one landing more. I thought he was better defensively. So this was a learning experience for Hamza Shiraz. Smaller guys with movement could be his kryptonite. All right. So I have no problem with the decision. Adamas deserves to keep his title. All right. Now let's rewind back to the first major fight of the card, the Buatsi Callum Smith fight. That was a hell of a fight, man. Best fight on the card yet so far. I actually was hoping it was a draw because neither guy deserved to lose. Now, having said that, Steve Gray needs to be called in front of the British Box Board of Control. He needs to explain his 119-109 scorecard for Callum Smith. You know, this was the kind of fight that I would not have had a problem either way with a guy slightly winning the fight or a draw. But a wide scorecard like that, that's preposterous, man. That was a competitive back and forth fight. Buatsi deserved better than a scorecard saying he only won one round in the fight. That was ridiculous, guys. Steve Gray needs to be called out for that. All right, that seemed like something personal against Buatsi to me. All right, the second main fight on the card, major fight, played out like I thought it would. Guys, if you did not catch it, at the end of the first round, when Zhang was walking back to his corner, he took a big deep breath. I knew he was in trouble then, man. He was letting his hands go a good bit in the first round. He was throwing some power shots. I probably would give him that round. Kabayel was basically, feeling him out, moving around, reading him. And I would say he was the aggressor. He let his hands go more and landed more. But after that, guys, Kabayel stood his ground, which he's very good at doing, standing right in front of you and being a bit hard to hit. And if you do hit him, the guy appears to have a great chin. And as the fight was going, you could just tell that Zhang was getting more tired, fading more, breathing heavy. His elbow was turning, pinkish from the shots that Kabayel was landing. His body was turning pink. Guys, he messed up on the weight. Not saying he would have won if he would have came in at 277 or 278, but I think he would have had a better chance. They should not have put him in this fight, man. His team should not have accepted this fight. They should have told him to fight somebody else, man. Because, a guy who historically is known for having a bad gas tank, dead heavy, fighting the guy who's the best body puncher in boxing now. There's no doubt about it now. 3 straight fights, he stopped guys to the body. All right. It was a recipe for disaster, man. And I'm glad the fight got stopped, but it did. Because if it would have gone on longer, I think Zhang could have got seriously hurt, man. The ref made a mistake by stepping in and stopping the action, not giving a count. Even though Zhang didn't go down, he bent over, he folded over. I think he should have gave him a count and basically awarded Kabayel a knockdown for that. Instead, he kind of hurt Kabayel by giving Zhang a chance to get a breather while he bent over. All right, but I'm glad that fight got stopped when it did. Some people might say Zhang quit. I definitely won't say that. The guy took damage. He was tired. The replay showed, a shot straight to the middle of the stomach, just like he did Frank Sanchez. The guy that tired, man, it folded him over, man. You can have a great chin, but that body shit is serious, man. And Kabayel, he did it. What was it, 5th round, I believe? It wasn't even the halfway point of the fight. Hadn't even completed the halfway point of the fight, and Zhang was toast. He was tired. So congrats to Kabayel, man. This guy gonna be hard to beat. I think it's gonna take a mover. Somebody that can stick and move and not stand in front of him to beat him. If you stand in front of him and he can hit you to the body, hit you to the head, it's gonna be tough to beat the guy. That's the way I'm seeing it. All right. And finally, guys, something that I am upset about. I'm bothered about. All right. Versus Ortiz and Madrimov. I told you guys I picked Madrimov. I favored Madrimov. I thought he was the better overall fighter. I played the plus 400 on him to win by knockout, which of course he did not. He didn't even get a knockdown. But I thought that was a good prop, considering that Virgil does not have a lot of experience at 54. Madrimov has a punch. Virgil gets tired. Virgil's been dropped multiple times. I thought it was worth the play. All right. Now, having said that, guys, the first 8 rounds of this fight, I saw Madrimov pull off one of the best performances I've ever seen in boxing. All right. And I'm not just saying that shit just to say it, just to make it sound good or whatever. The first 8 rounds of this fight, I thought Madrimov pulled off one of the best performances I've ever seen. Why do I say this? All right. Some people will say that Madrimov was running. He was running, No, man. There's a difference between running and moving. All right. That was his strategy. He said he had a strategy going into this fight. Clearly, the strategy was to not stand in front of a flat-footed power puncher, a guy who simply comes forward and throws bombs like Virgil Ortiz. All right. He was not gonna stand and have a war with the guy. Instead, he moved around the ring. He had Virgil missing and whiffing for 8 rounds. Was not hitting Madrimov flush at all. It was whiff, whiff, whiff. It was so bad that Madrimov was literally putting his hands down, all the way down, and not even covering up, and was evading Virgil Ortiz's punches, making him miss and whiff. And he was landing his own shots. It's not like he was just moving away like Adrian Granados against Conor Benn and not throwing back and not landing anything. That's not what happened. The guy had great movement for 8 rounds. Virgil could not hit him. He was getting frustrated. He was starting to smack his gloves together. Of course, all the moving around, and he was gonna start breathing heavy. And I thought Madrimov had a great strategy, a great plan. Picking his shots, moving away, making the guy miss. All right. The 9th round came, he hit a wall. All right. The movement stopped. Virgil was catching up to him. That was Virgil's best round in the fight. That was the first round I gave Virgil. All right. Was the 9th round. The 10th round was a bit of a toss-up. All right. That was an even round to me. The 11th round, Virgil was tired. All right. Virgil Ortiz is a 10-round fighter. He could be less than that, depending on if you can be like Buatsi and take the fight to him and make him fight more and not move. All right. Land damaging shots and make him, expend energy and get even more tired. But, guys, when you see Virgil Ortiz go on the back foot like he briefly did, and it was just in the 11th round, he didn't do it no other time in the fight. In the 11th round, there was a brief period when Virgil went on the back foot, trying to box off the back foot. If he does that shit, he does it because he's tired. All right, that is a sign. He did it in the Buatsi fight, because he got tired in that fight. All right, he was more tired in the Buatsi fight because Buatsi stood in front of him, had him throwing more, and was damaging Virgil with his own shots. But guys, Virgil Ortiz was a guy, who was knocking everybody out at welterweight. Was not going 10, 12 rounds. All right. These last 2 fights have proven and shown, he really is not a strong 12-round fighter. He can go 12, but he's going to get tired. All right. Of course, somebody will say, well, everybody's going to get tired, which is true, but that could be exploited. All right. It could be the kind of tired that you can take advantage of and beat the guy. All right. So the 11th round, he went on the back foot briefly because he was tired, and I thought he lost that round, and I thought he lost the 12th round. So the only round I clearly gave him was the ninth. And he got an even one in the 10th. If you want to give him that one, but guys, I didn't think that fight was close. I think Madrimov got robbed. I don't know what everybody's talking about. These commentators, Madrimov's running, Madrimov giving the fight away. He got to stand his ground, blah, blah, blah. No, he does not. Why do movers have to be penalized for moving? That is the downfall or the risk when you are a mover like Aaron Law in his prime, like like Bivol in the first fight with Baturbiev. With this fight, you fight a guy on the back foot, you fight a guy, beat a guy with movement with your feet and your legs, and you get penalized by the judges, the viewing public. You know these commentators. I don't know what these people are talking about, man. Oh man, Madrimov's giving the fight away. He gotta stand his ground. Guys, I thought that was a brilliant boxing performance. While he had the legs and he could move strong for the first 8 rounds, Virgil could not touch this guy, man. He had Virgil cut from the cheeks from the first or second round. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, like he barely landed any punches. He got this guy busted up already. And for the most part of the fight, Madrimov was not busted up. He was not touched. Now after the fight, he sort of had like a black, a darkened eye slightly. But I thought he was the better looking guy coming out the fight. I thought he was the better looking guy in the fight. All right. I totally disagree with the decision. I thought that he should have won. Virgil Ortiz is limited. All right. I think he should have lost his last 2 fights by decision. And I will be betting against him in the future, especially it depends on who he's fighting. But Virgil has one way, man. He comes forward, flat-footed, throwing bombs. If you're not there to have a war with him, he's going to get frustrated. If you can take his shots, stand up to him, and throw back, he's going to get frustrated and tired. So, yeah, I'm fading Virgil Ortiz, man, especially at 54, and if he goes up to 60, like he was talking about doing, I fade him there too, guys. So, just depending on the matchup, I will be betting against Virgil Ortiz in the future. All right. So that's it. Kind of a quick halftime report from me. The Shakur fight is probably about to happen now. It had started already. So I'm about to go check that out, and I will comment on that and the co-main and the main event later. But hope you guys are enjoying the fight so far, making money, and I'll check in with you guys soon. Thanks for watching.